Hey everybody, it's John Barlow, the Member of Parliament for Foothills. I'm near my hometown of High River, Alberta, checking on what looks to be some fantastic crops. But instead of our farmers celebrating what looks to be a great harvest this year, they're anxious. They're anxious because of this latest escalation by the Chinese Communist regime in Beijing, slapping on a 78% duty on Canadian canola seed. This is on top of the 100% tariffs China already has on Canadian canola meal, canola oil, as well as tariffs on Canadian seafood, peas, pork, and the Chinese regime in Beijing has been blocking the import of Canadian beef for more than 5 years. So while the communist regime in China attacks Canadian agriculture, instead of defending Canadian farmers, the Carney Liberals are actually rewarding China by giving them a $1 billion taxpayer-funded loan to build ferries in China by a Chinese government-owned company for the provincial government in BC. Those ferries should be built in Canada using Canadian shipbuilders, Canadian steel, and Canadian labor. But instead, the Carney Liberals are rewarding the communist regime in China as they attack Canadian farmers. Mark Carney came into Prime Minister as this international businessman who's going to be making all of these great deals around the world. But instead, he's actually make matters worse as the United States continues to attack Canadian businesses and industry, and China escalates tariffs on Canadian farmers. The Canadian Agriculture Minister has said these latest attacks from the Chinese regime on Canadian canola growers are concerning. This isn't concerning. This is potentially devastating, and the Liberal government needs to take action. They need to follow up on the demands of the Conservative Party of Canada under the leadership of Pierre Poilievre. The revenue from the tariffs on Chinese EVs should be given to Canadian canola growers to compensate them for the losses that they're facing with these tariffs. They also need to remove the punishing legislation and follow the Canadian Sovereignty Act put forward by Canadian Conservatives to unleash Canadian energy and get Canada's economy back on track. It doesn't have to be this way. Canada's Conservatives have a solution. And under the leadership of Pierre Poilievre, we will continue to push the Liberals to defend Canadian farmers right across this country.